If Meteion should strike again with such overwhelming force, I honestly don't know how we are to oppose her. Probably the same way Thancred did. We were clearly no match for Meteion, yet we survived unscathed. But how? It is as Livingway said, I can breathe well enough, but something about this place feels wrong. It's so dark, I can barely see anything. Maybe you should try opening her eyes, Alize. Didst thou witness what became of Thancred? So quickly was I overcome by Meteion's malevolence that I saw naught of their altercation. There was a dizzying, a disorienting feeling about this place, as if I could lose my footing any moment. We must be careful. I can't guarantee it. It will be of help in these strange surroundings, but I've readied a provisions node in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. Okay. Don't hesitate to make the most of the provisions node. There's no telling what you might run into out there, or if anything we have to offer might help you. But I'd personally rather brave the unknown with full pack than an empty one. Strange new world. Try as he might, Alphinaud can find no sign of Thancred. We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely, I suspect, giving the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that, we must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as a good direction as any. Try not to stray too far away, lest we lose sight of one another. Oh, I guess this way's the direction of the prow, which I guess means front. Oh, let's head on over. And my brain thought I was done with Aether Currents, so I swapped that out with the dig. But I'm not done with Aether Currents, I got one more zone. East. Okay, well that's the direction we're heading, so we'll keep going that way. Dragon. Interesting. Because like Midgar Somer and his brood came from, well, not his brood. Midgar Somer came from the stars. So like, is this one of the dead worlds that he ran into? I see no one else in this barren waste, do you? Then why do I feel like we're not alone? Like there's another presence with us. Something dark and mournful. What was this, I wonder? There is a structure here in front of me, yes? A tower of some sort. Partially melted? In a strange twist of fate, it seems our perception of this place is no different as it would be elsewhere. The world is as I used to see it. It feels as though I am dreaming while awake. There is more than faded memory Meteion led us to believe. These remains have long since turned to ash, and yet they retain their form. Yeah, interesting, that's not what should happen. Ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. Okay, let's check this one first. The molten structure. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely some time in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately, rather it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. Wonder where he means. No, where's the third? Oh, okay, all the way up there. Oh, come on. Thought I did enough Eureka to not get hit by that kind of stuff. Ah, there's, of course, Estinians up here brooding. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Have care should you decide to climb higher. Were you to fall, you might well tumble through the great expanse for all eternity. I will, Estinian. I mean, considering we're Dragoon buddies, we should probably make sure that we don't, yeah, that's a pretty big drop. We should probably make sure we don't backflip off the edge. Northeast, okay. Still got a bit to go. I don't have the map. Well, I do have the map up, but I'm not looking at it right now to find the Aether Currents. So let's, yeah. I didn't think it was going to be voiced. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't that very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. I felt it too when I was near that thing. Sure. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. There's a dragon there. Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we are in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side we've yet to explore. Let us try searching there then. Brilliant. A word before we join the others. Anything for you, Estinian. You said northeast, right? Okay, just east. Okay, just farther off. We'll head that way eventually. Right now, we gotta head back to the ship. This place is way creepier than I was expecting. I'm not complaining. I just didn't expect to get a horror game in my Final Fantasy game. Well, I guess that's not that unusual. Oh, yeah, this is where we need to go. Okay, what about Aether Current here? North, okay. So can we see these because we have Dragoon blood or something? You see them too, don't you? The dragons. Or it's because we've been, like, Midgar, Somar, and Nidhogg? As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there is no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgar Somer and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. That's what I thought. Okay. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Aetheres? Bah, better to leave such conjecture to others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? Well, let's head up. Let's keep going. There's someone gathering over there, like breaking my immersion. Well, it looks like there's an aetheryte over here for some reason. Look there. Are those ghosts, do you think? Of course, it's Alphinoden ghosts. My sight may have been restored after a fashion, but I fear that what I see cannot be trusted. It's as if Meteion herself has etched these images upon my heart. I doubt not that such a feat is within her power, given that she constructed this sanctuary herself. Surely mine eyes deceive me. This cannot be possible. Dragons, 'tis true they are not of our world, but to find them in a prison of despair. It seems these dragons have yet to succumb completely to the darkness of this place, meaning the others should see them as well. Why is there an aetheryte here?
Dragons?
Yes, dragons. So my theory right now is that if Meteion created this place, this is an amalgamation of all of the dead worlds that her and her sisters visited. Just all to, yeah, this is, I guess that's it. An amalgamation of all the dead worlds that they visited. Just a culmination of the despair that all of them felt, all in one place. That's just my theory at the moment.
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
Oh, nice.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words. Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send, I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe.
Oh, right, because he can hold his breath.
Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade into a place you can perceive and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Meteion holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I mean, I'm the main character, so I'm sure I'll figure something out.
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Just take, I don't need any that dies. Just get Gil. Okay, I'm gonna be straight up honest here. This is not what I expected at all. I'm enjoying it, but this is not what I expected. I'm gonna keep going, but like, I did not expect this. I did not expect this to go this way. Okay, let's talk to everyone. His will was strong enough to reshape Ultima Thule that we might survive, that I might see again. His sacrifice must not be wasted. Wait. No, her eyes are the same. Okay. I understand now why the Lobrits were surprised to find that this environment could sustain life. There but for Thancred's sacrifice. He can't really be gone, can he? Meteion herself said his soul persists, that he is the reason we are still breathing. If so, then maybe... My aim was true. I had her. How are we to defeat an enemy we cannot attack? I don't know, Estinian, we'll figure it out. It's hard to believe Thancred was able to overcome Meteion's will, yet here we are. Would that the price of for his victory had not been so high. Unburdened wings. Despite Meteion's words, Urianger cannot accept his comrade is gone. Soul without body. A form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, it is true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteion. Estinian, Brilliant, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surroundings. If there's a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Maybe it's where the quest objective is. Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone has finished. Meteion said these dragons are shadow and shade, from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not alike to be amiable to company, let alone conversation. So please, be careful. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Well, let's go talk to the dragons, I guess. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world? Thy breath extinguishes life's feeble flame. Oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for this inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. How nice. I'll go ahead and attune to this aetherite if I can. Okay. Let's head over to this next one. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost. So glorious, so beautiful. We were proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. A crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. Well, what a cheery crowd. So I wonder where Estinian and Urianger are. Am I able to talk to them? Oops, I'm passing him. He's up here. Thou wouldst bid me speak folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch, and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Amnul, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such a tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain. What a cheery bunch. Okay, gotta head up north now. It's a pretty good quest name, Unburdened Wings, and we're talking to a bunch of depressed dragons. A bunch of dragon eggs. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I've seen similar on Aetheres. Midgårdsummer's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Beatrice said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. How delightful. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. A murky liquid has pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious odor is indicative of contamination. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, You peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. Again, how lovely. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonet within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragonet was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here, or its sire, for that matter. You should look for them. You start with the cliff top, and I'll search the plains. Okay, hold on, let me check Aether Compass. Still northeast, okay. This is really good, it's just not what I expected. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to come up, didn't mean to find this, but let's go ahead and do it real quick. Oh, come on. There we go. I'll eventually get all of them. All of the sightseeing points, that is. Now, where... Oh, there it is. Nope, there he is, the little guy. Oh, never mind. Yep, I mean, that's him. Oh, come on. The boisterous howling something. Everything all right. I thought I heard a dragon, or something resembling one. Ah, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within Almanol are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a remainder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descend from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and within them rode war and death. The Borg? I didn't know the Borg was in Final Fantasy. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. It was a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet, when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. So they didn't want to be assimilated. Or they wanted to assimilate them. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild. A futile effort. In purest soil replete with aether, did we once cultivate our nesting grounds. But our lands were barren, and any egg nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survive to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. Dot, 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 dot. Yeah, I don't think they want to hear about it, Estinian. Just a guess. Dot, 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 dot. A test of will. The braved dragon has fallen silent, leaving Estinian to sigh with frustration. They want to to brood in silence. I mean, they are a brood, after all. To be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed. Pain, I understand, and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now is the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. Oh, let's head back to the Aetheryte. Go ahead and take a quick teleport. Hold on. Let me just double check. Northeast, that's all the way over here, yeah. Take a shortcut. Alright guys, all we found was a bunch of just depressed dragons. With luck, they'll have learned something to help us devise a plan of action. I chanced to gain audience with several dragons ere we returned, though I expect their tales are much the same as those you heard. Did you explore, prove eventful, converse with any dragons? We would hear the dragons had to share with you, even if it's no difference from what they told Urianger. It would be of value. Good to see you had made it back in one piece. The more I see this place, the more bewildering it becomes. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? Well, yes, but no. I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Brilliant, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off it. Sadly, there is nothing to be found. There is no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? I considered that, and so I tried throwing stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this place is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Lobrits to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it is too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteion told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure that emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is, we've no way forward. At present, if it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Meteion's, but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict, and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. Interesting. Okay. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof of the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Ishtal, are you implying that we should kill them all? Meteion meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule, and to reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again, in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions. 'Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Meteion herself, against whom Thancred did pitch himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than the rest. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others, and thus the domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, the tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Let's have Justinian help him. Which sounds very counterintuitive, but they are kind of related in their issues. Then I will guide thee. I'll end, they call him, that in the dragon tongue thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon water. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going. Justinian taking a second there. Where are we headed now? Oh, okay, back up there. Depressing Dragon Isles. Yeah, this is the real Dragon Isles, not the ones you get in World of Warcraft. This has been really good so far. It's not what I was expecting, like I said before, but I'm not complaining. It's been really good. Oh, lovely murky water. All End. What a fitting name.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
Hold on.
I'll
Hold on,
handle
Elton.
this.
Ooh, Justinian's gonna do it. I mean, the thing is, he's probably gonna relate to this the most.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Our pride is crushed and our souls corrupted. The winds are stilled and the heavens offer no comfort. There is nothing left for our kind. Our long lives a curse as we wait the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin? On another star? And yet, upon thee do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn into discord and war onto their new home? Yes, they were, and Estinian perpetuated that. In part.
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It mattereth not whither we fly. Even will a sanguine ocean awaits us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never begin again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it, to stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity.
I mean, this is one approach you can take.
And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Oop, little blackbird.
Estinian!
Stay back!
We tire of war. We tire of turmoil. Dignity tarnished, crimson stained. Our misery, our shame, too much to bear. Release us from war, from life. Playing Heaven's Word in the background.
I see.
I see, yes.
Theirs is the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
Well, now Estinian's been absorbed. This would be a lot more meaningful if I didn't know that they all lived.
Not Estinian too!
Oh. We can see now.
There's a wind.
He's opened the way for us.
Yes, Alf, no, don't cry yet.
Sacrificed himself to remake this place. Like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.